It is Mayegun live. Thank you very much for joining me. But as you are joining, remember, after reading the caption of the broadcast, the video, read the description of the broadcast as well. It's like the normal ritual. Like it, share it to invite others who possibly should be here. So tonight, we are delving into the story that trended so much in Nigeria today, because the most reported impunity that is associated with this APC, Egbekegbe, and so many other factors was brought to pretty much light this morning when Peter Obi told the world that an unknown court order from unknown plaintiff with an unknown demolition order were executed in Lagos State, in Ikeja, last night, when his own brother's business of a decade and a half, over 15 years of business, right, was demolished. And, well, maybe that is not even just the saddest part of it, because not only that they demolished his brother's business in court, they didn't allow him to take anything out of his old company. And that got a lot of people talking and digging. Some said, we should probably hear from the other side, so that before you make any judgment and all that, because the first to call police, sometimes nobody, the first to call police is not always the non-guilty one or so, right? Anyway, Peter Obi raised the alarm, right? And his own side of the story, which got everybody, like I said, riled up, that it is believed that it is politically motivated, right? Because according to Obi and his own, press, sort of like a conference or so, or addressing the press, Obi made it clear that not only that they have been targeting him and his business and people around him, that Tinubu's government has graduated into targeting his family members. An allegation that some said is exaggerated, while others are saying before he's finally kind of like speaks out that way, there's so much he must have probably taken every now and then. So this conversation is out there. However, on Mayegun's Diary Political tonight, I am here to bring all of the available kind of like information all together in this clip. And whatever you make of it is wholly yours. So let us start from when Peter Obi raised the alarm very early this morning and the demolished building. Let's start with that.
We're good?
I already have. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Just go.
Just yesterday, just on Sunday, I came back from the US. And my younger brother told me the agency wants to see me. And I saw him yesterday on my way to Abuja. He said to me that the land, the company land, Nest Food Limited, the land they own for over 10 years, probably over 15 years, belonging to them, and some people just jumped into it and said they're the owner, that they have got injunction, and that they're about to start demolishing it. I said, okay, we'll go to court. That they won't demolish it without having proper documentation on everything. But yesterday evening, he called me. He said they've removed the roof. They brought 3 tractors, 2,000, demolition everywhere as fast as they can. And I said, no. I'll leave Abuja this morning. Let me go there personally. He said all effort for them to enter there, they will refuse even enter. And they've chased out the people who are living there. So there's nothing they can do. That's how I came from Abuja. We first flight this morning from Abuja, drove to this place, asked the people, who authorized it to demolish? They said I've cut injunction that the owner gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. They just gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. Can I see the cut injunction and see who the owner is, the person who is now claiming is sued? They gave me the cut injunction. The cut injunction explicitly said unknown person. How can you sue an unknown person? I said the land belongs to you. A land with property. And within yesterday and today, it's demolishing property. Look at it. They've removed the roof, they removed the thing. Okay, give me your proper documentation, demolition orders, because even if you want to demolish the house, you go to the state, they give you order to demolish, give you appropriate documentation, bring safety people and them, so that we know you're doing what is now. It's only while I'm here now that some people came and said they are safety order. What kind of country is this? How did you descend to this level of rascality? How can you show a non person? Enter somebody's land and everything. I've been here for 4 hours. I've not seen one person who comes and says, I'm the owner. 3 people or 2 or 3 people have appeared. Are you the owner? No, I'm not. But I'm acting on behalf. I said, so who is the owner? No name. They've not called the name. I said, but you know my name. I'm Peter Obi. I want to know the next person. So I can even approach him and say, please, this land belongs to a company that my brother is the majority shareholder. We country can't go on like this. We're looking for foreign investors. We're looking for investors. But look at how local investors are being treated. Is that how a country can thrive? This level of lawlessness, this level of rascality.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah? So everybody take it. This place belongs to my family. So I can nobody gave you to cut order and you're spoiling our house. So send it to the people you're sending, please.
Okay.
I came here in peace. I'm not quarreling with you people. Just get the people that are doing the wrong thing. That's how this place is fenced now. So you just enter somebody that says cut order. Which God? We have all the legitimate documents about this sold to us by family. And this is how you intimidate poor people. Please tell the person who gave you the order that if you please vacate this place. See the equipment that are here. You can see things that are here. Nobody could remove anything. Is that how I come to work? They just came suddenly, started demolition. You know, if my brother didn't have a brother like me, they would. He wanted to enter here. They said, no, you can't enter. We have got injunction. What about got injunction that allows somebody to enter into another person's property, refuse him for removing his things and everything, and demolishing everywhere? What about got injunction is that? We are finished with the country.
All good?
That's the part I was waiting for. So Peter Obi believes that the impunity in the system, the lack of a due process in the system, they are all pointers to a finished country. That's quite honest. But the Ronukus disagrees. Some of them have pulled out, they've pulled up Peter Obi's demolition of buildings in Anambra as governor. You know, they can be that petty. And they can always deflect. So that, But the question still is, who is the owner? I mean, who is that person that went to court to claim the ownership of the land? Well, I won't say an anonymous, but a bit of like a bot account on Twitter shared some documents relating to what we believe here was wrong with this whole thing. So the story is that a person stood up in 2023 to claim the land as ours. And then she went to court. Within a space of 2 months, the court granted her prayer. But here is the questionable part that got a lot of people asking questions like, what is this? The time frame and the discrepancies in the documentation, including the court order or judgment, will make you want to ask more questions. For example, let's see if I can put this up enough for everyone to see. Sorry, pardon me, right? All right, it is a public document, okay, about this said land. So they said a lady named Deborah Olorunlogbon in 2023 went to court. And this is the copy of that, what do you call it? Certificate of execution of warrant to possess the land. So if you take a look at the date or the filing, it says here that it is in 2023. Right. Then, when you take a look at the certificate of occupancy, COO, for the land that she got from, Lagos State government, that one is dated 2015. Then when you look at another document, this is part of what I believe the CFO, so don't worry. Oh, sorry, the part of the filing, okay? Then their solicitor on the 2nd of June 2025 wrote to the police, right, to help execute the court judgment to reclaim a land that Peter Obi said his own brother has owned for over 15 years. A land he bought, he owns the document, everything and all that. But let us go back to, pardon me. Let's go back to this first set. When you take a look at the court filing here, it says Deborah Olorunlogbon, claimant, versus, which is and person unknown. So she went to court to reclaim a land, and it was more or less like there is a law in Lagos State called squatters law or something. So they don't have to know you. They don't even have to meet you before they can get judgment against you. Because you'll be filed as unknown. And under that law, anyone who claims to be the owner of a land, maybe they will present document, maybe not. I don't know. So in their court, if they get a judgment against you. So this is the beginning of the known, the unknown. Now, this person should have ordinarily been served that, you see, I am the owner of the land, even though you bought the land, even if you bought the land 30 years ago. I am the rightful owner. Do you understand? Like, you must know that person, because that person must know that somebody is trying to claim his land, right? I think that is what the law should be like, but that is not what it is. So let's go back to the solicitors and the years. So on the 2nd of June, which is this month, Rose of Sharon solicitors wrote to the police to come and help them reclaim the land. And, okay, hang on, I think in 2024, so they got, that was when they got their ruling, I think. Here, as you can see, said to 20th day of May 2024, and Ikeja High Court ruled in favor of this Deborah Olorunlogbo versus person unknown to go and get her land. Okay? So, which is what our lawyers forwarded to the police as their backup. Do you get it now? So now the Nigerian police now wrote to Mr. Ejike, which is the Peter Obi's brother. Mr. Ejike, the, invitation letter, rather, they invited him, probably after receiving the court's order. So all of this in 2025. And let's go back to the land in question, which is, so there are other documents whose discrepancies are being questioned, okay? Like the CFO, okay? So the CFO for the land means it was granted on the 12th of February this year. Hang on, is that the, I think this is it. So 2025, and here is another, I think, hang on. Okay, I think this is part of their petitions and the rest of that, all right? So these documents available in the public didn't really answer any question, but rather has created more questions. So I don't know what your intrusive thoughts are telling you right now, but I have one. When you check the time that this person just surfaced from nowhere, all right, there's no prior record of any court case over the land. So in 2023, that was the time Peter Obi, that was the time Peter Obi challenged Tinubu. In fact, the CFO for the land was paid for and was paid for in February 2023 and was issued. And that same 2023 was the same year in May that they went to court without contacting the person who is the occupier, the owner. They didn't contact him in that 2023. So it's that 2023 that Lagos State government gave the CFO to this Olorunlogbo. So this series of events, you can piece them together and arrive at wherever you like. But like I said, it's kind of like gives more, produces more questions than answers. So in 2023, the Lagos State government, without what I believe any court judgment that said this Olorunlogbo is the owner of the land, still granted a CFO to this person, probably to help our case, to say, well, see, I've got your CFO here. And the government can say, they can revoke your CFO. You understand? So if you are holding one, it is as valid as the government says it is. So now let's now say two occupants or two owners are holding CFOs, courtesy of same government. In all of this, Obi's brother and his partners, according to Obi, they were not notified. And according to court documents, they were not notified. But in 2024, when the court now ruled in their favor, that in our favor, to go and collect the land. So they approached the police. That judgment that said they should go and claim the land, they said they went to the gate of the building, pasted it, took pictures, then took it off. So here is another one.